Hi, in today's video, we are going to talk about the 100-word bio that has been introduced in the Young India Fellowships application process. Students who have been shortlisted for the interview process, they are asked to submit this 100-word bio before appearing for the interview. It's very new. It's been recently added in this year's application cycle itself. And I'm getting a lot of queries from my students in terms of how to approach this. So I thought, why not create a video and guide all of you on what's the best way to write this short essay and present the best version of yourself. So, to get started, we're going to first look at the prompt that they have mentioned in the application. And then we're going to look at two strategies that I have devised for attempting this question. So, the first strategy is where we stick to the format that they have asked us, and we're going to look at how we can break down the bio. And the second is a very interesting and a different take on this question prompt. And it is something that will make you stand out from the rest of the applicants. So you can choose whichever approach you prefer. And if you need further guidance, you can always reach out. Let's get started. Okay, so the prompt says write a 100-word bio introducing yourself in third person. Highlight your journey, key achievements, and your aspirations. Include details about your personal and professional background, interests, and the impact you aim to create. Now, it's pretty evident that you need to introduce yourself in third person. So that means you would say, Garima Shekhar is, and then go on, as though someone else is reading it. That's what a third person means. And let's quickly move into what the format is. So these are essentially the elements that they're looking for in this bio. First is personal or professional background. Second is your achievements. So these are key highlights that stand out in your application. Third is aspiration. And last is the impact that you wish to create. Now, it's very important to remember that in this bio, this is for somebody that will read this first before they deep dive into your application or your resume. So it has to be just broad strokes, key highlights, no details, no examples, no data, none of that, just key highlights. So you can start by saying that, for instance, I would introduce myself as Garima Shekhar is a seasoned educational consultant with over 10 years of experience. She graduated from Harvard University with a Fulbright scholarship. She has keen interest in ABC things and the key highlights in terms of achievements, what my startup has done, the awards that I've received, and things like that. I'm going to go on and list them. Toward the end, it is very important to talk about where you want to go. Do not conclude this bio without referring to uh, just giving out all the details that you mentioned about yourself, but not talking about what your goals are, because that is a very critical component of the application this year, where they want to know what your goals for the next 5 years are, which is also mentioned in the essay one of the application. And more on that later. You can watch my other videos for it. So make sure you conclude by saying that in the future, Garima would like to do ABC things and impact 10,000 students towards their journey of getting closer to their career dreams. So, just a nutshell. Now, how you're going to go about doing it, what work you've done, no need to mention it because that's going to come up in the conversation, in the application, and there's a lot of other space for you to elaborate on it. Now, moving to the second component or the second way of answering this prompt, which is very different from the one that I've just discussed. Here, I would advise you to not go with actually the flow that they have suggested, but instead write a short story. Build a story on something that people can remember you with. And always remember that stories are what stay back with people. Very often, factual details are forgotten. So, you want to be memorable. For instance, I remember there was a student of mine who was a teacher trainer, and he came across somebody in his class who was hesitant to talk in English and they were struggling with the language, although they knew how to communicate very well in Hindi. Now, his course was on using AI to build these language skills. So he encouraged this person to build his skill set and gain confidence in the English language. And that just changed the way the student perceived things around him, and he was able to really develop the confidence he needed to go out in the world. So this person started his essay by saying that AI judge nahi karta, which means AI does not judge and goes beyond boundaries of people's background, ethnicities, language, etc. And then he created this beautiful narrative of how he helped people by using AI to uplift them and build confidence in them. Now, that's a story that you will remember. So, try to pick an important issue that has stood out to you, an experience that you've had, and make it anecdotal. And once you've done that, I would suggest in a short keyword format, you can just highlight or answer the questions they've asked in terms of personal, professional background, achievements, and goals. So, you could just say education consultant, 10 years experience, um, Harvard, Fulbright, LSR, YIF, whatever, whatever, and future entrepreneur. So, in a few keywords at the end, you've actually answered the prompt that they've asked, but you've used the larger space to build a story. Now, how interesting would that be? I would remember that introduction, and I would definitely have that student's application on the top of my mind. So that's another approach that you can take to make yourself stand out. And if you need more such tips and tricks on, sorry, you've got the wrong page. So if you need more guidance, more tips and tricks on how to make your application stand out, feel free to write to me. I'm going to put my email address in the description below. And I wish you the best of luck for all those who are going in for the interview, and for future incoming cohort for the upcoming application cycle. Best of luck for the application. Take care.